Much and stand by here. We kind of want to set the table, and as you're aware, because it happened to you with your family in the front row. But let's listen to this exchange again when you had an opportunity during the Akron Democrat mayor's debate at the University of Akron, when you had an opportunity to ask the mayor a question.
You have failed to comply with the city's policies on travel and credit card use. How can you justify the use of a taxpayer-paid credit card for the purchase of airline tickets for your girlfriend?
Mr. Williams, you should be the last person using the word girlfriends in this room, in this crowd. Just let me say that.
Now, we've put on the web, and we've had the mayor's answer on that. The mayor goes on to explain that how difficult it is using Travelocity or other travel sites to when you're booking different travel, using credit cards in different ways on doing that, and certainly. But you could clearly hear what the crowd reacted to, and those in the room had a clear reaction to was the mayor's response regarding you should be the one to talk about that. We decided that this was the type of insinuation back and forth that needed more of an explanation. So Aaron Coleman caught up with Mayor Plusquellic earlier this week and asked him about it.
My question to you is, Mayor Plusquellic, when Mike Williams asked you yesterday during yesterday's mayoral debate about travel and credit card use to get you and your girlfriend airline tickets, and in your statement you said, Mr. Williams, you should be the last person to use the word girlfriend. What exactly did you mean?
You'll have to ask him. I think he knows I'm not saying another thing. I didn't make this personal. He did. I didn't bring up anything. He did. I was answering questions, just explaining about my record and the lack of his record, and he decided to make it personal. And so when somebody opens the door and takes a punch at me, they ought to know that I'm going to be there and probably show up for the fight, and that's what he did. So you can ask him that question.
So that's what we decided to do this morning. So welcome to 1590 WAKR, Mike Williams, who is challenging the man you just heard, Don Plusquellic, for mayor. Mike, let me start off with the 800-pound gorilla that's in this room. Obviously, the reference and the insinuation from the mayor in response to your question regarding travel paid for the mayor's girlfriend was that you had girlfriends. So I will ask the question: do you have a girlfriend or girlfriends?
Well, first off, let me go to the whole question. My entire question, as asked of the mayor, was relative to the travel policy and the credit card policy, which he does not comply with. These are the policies that every city employee has to follow when they go through travel or do city business. And my question relative to the ticket purchase was not about his girlfriend. I could care less about Don Plusquellic's personal life. My question was relative to how do you justify the purchase of airline tickets for someone who is not a city employee using a city credit card? I don't care whether it was his mother-in-law, his barber, it doesn't matter to me. And his reaction clearly shows what kind of things that he does in terms of personal. I didn't make it personal. I asked a direct question relative to city policy and the use of a city credit card. And the mayor, as he usually does, goes and takes something and takes it into another direction and makes it personal. And this was not personally directed at him. This was directed at his abuse and misuse of city resources, and how can you justify that? And his failure to follow the policies that every other city employee has to follow, including keeping receipts and doing all those other things that every city employee has to do when they do any kind of travel. So that was my question.
But you can obviously hear the murmur in the room, and talking with people who listened or people who were physically present. That was kind of the eyebrow moment from the debate. Is like, wow, what is he talking about? And who's making what personal. So again, my question is when he says you should know about girlfriends, that's obviously a personal insinuation aimed directly at you.
Well, and we should all know by now, and Ed, you've been the recipient of
this isn't about me,
abuse.
Mike. But this isn't.
I understand.
This is about me.
That,
this is him.
We have to put everything within the context of what we're dealing with and who we're dealing with and how they function. And the bottom line here is that I asked a legitimate question about city policies, which he never answered. He never answered my question. He went into a long explanation about Expedia and other stuff. And the bottom line to this question was that the proper way for him to do and purchase these tickets was to use his own personal credit card and be reimbursed by the city of Akron. That was the issue. And, where he takes it and how he deals with it, that's totally up to him. And his accusations, everything was personal. Everything was personal during this entire debate. It was he's personally attacked all the time. He's personally this. I, me. That was the entire tone of his comments in the debate. We were there, and all three of us were there at least Jan and I were there to answer the questions that were directed at us and also ask poignant questions of each other relative to this campaign and staying focused on the issues that are important to the residents of the city of Akron. That is what we are doing, and that's what our campaign has been doing from the beginning, and we're going to stay focused on that.